And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. With Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Friday, they're off to Toronto to face the Raptors.
You know, it might sound cliche, but a road trip like this one is a great time for this team to build chemistry on and off the court. Chemistry absolutely matters in the NBA, and these are the kinds of opportunities teams need to build it.
And now the Lakers starting group. Jared Vanderbilt out there with Hayes. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Connect in at the small forward position. And for the Suns, deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Nick Richards out there with Bol. And it's Durant in at the 3. And since the Phil Jackson era, Shams, the Lakers are now on their 7th, and I can't even believe I'm saying it, 7th coach in the last 14 seasons. What a turnstile that has been.
They're keeping us reporters busy, huh? To me, it's all about stability now moving forward with the Lakers. I do believe they intend to give their new head coach plenty of opportunities over the next few seasons to continue to coach and continue to be the coach for the long term. You have to figure out the recipe of success, not only now, but moving forward. And the Lakers, from what I'm told, want to give their new head coach the opportunity to build for the long run.
And I love what you said, the word stability. They need it in L.A.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Vanderbilt touched it last. Phoenix making some changes. O'Neal's checked in for Bol. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Bradley Beal. Vincent's checked in for the Lakers. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Jones with the drive. And easy 2 points on the layup.
Well, just a superb drive from Tyus Jones. Very opportunistic when he attacks the lane.
Here's Vincent. And he banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
That one, no good. Good D by Booker. Jones, the pass to KD. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Durant's got 6. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Reddish out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Alex Len. Then it's Gabe Vincent. And it's Doncic in at the point. Now, here's Doncic following the missed shot by Tyus Jones. Forcing his way inside. Doncic.
Yeah, Doncic is used to and accustomed to all this contact. In fact, get the sense he loves and relishes this kind of play.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Always so much fun to have Shams join us. No one with a better pulse on the NBA.
Man, Shams is always the first guy to know about the big moves around the NBA. Love hearing what he has to say.
Here's Allen, and it's Allen slamming it down. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Finney Smith finds Doncic. Ends in with it. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by O'Neal. Over in the corner, Allen. Back to Jones. Pass to Beal. Lets it go with the 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And, you know, they played a terrific all-around game. The effort level was there as well as the production.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was hard to imagine them being much better at the offensive end. They were so efficient in almost every aspect.
Into the lane.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Doncic way outside. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Suns ahead, up by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Mike. Stout effort defensively in the first half. What did you do to limit them?
I just think our activity on the ball, we got to try and keep it in front of us. Our bigs did a good job, I think, being big in the paint, making things tough there. We got to finish it with the board.
Yep, rebounds and possessions, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Hello, everybody. Let's start out with a look at the recently announced Players of the Week. In the West, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Little love going to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just another big-time talent.
Looking now at our featured game this evening, the Phoenix Suns have a close one on their hands.
Even before the game started, you could feel the energy in this arena, man. They fed off that. Big-time home court advantage here.
Some of the loudest fans. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
Deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Durant is out there with Bol Bol. And it's Richards in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for Phoenix. You know, you talk about a foundational piece. To start his career, Devin Booker toiled through what, Doris, a half a decade of losing in Phoenix.
It was all of that, Kevin, but what I admired most is through all of that losing, he never stopped working. And the losing never stopped bothering him. He never got comfortable with it. Now, all of a sudden, other players see his talent, they want to join him, and it's a much more competitive basketball team.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. And that one's good. Richards.
Instinctual playmaker. Booker very crafty in distributing to his teammates.
And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Tries the spin move. Here's Booker. Vanderbilt with the rebound.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Reeves drives in. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. A 2-point game. After this game, they can look forward to L.A., where they'll match up against the Clippers. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Ho, ho, ho.
That's... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Luka Doncic out there with Austin Reeves. Then it's Connect. Then it's Jackson Hayes. And it's Vanderbilt in at the power forward position. That's good from Connect.
A terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball.
And here's Booker. Fantastic finish by Booker.
Boy, just tremendous focus from Devin Booker. On the interior, it matters not if he's facing size. Look out.
Here's Reeves. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
The shot's good from Vanderbilt.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
And Booker takes the ball. And the three off target.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Hayes finds Doncic. And they double up Doncic. Connect with it. KD's on him. Connect. No good. Stolen by Connect. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Lakers.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one. And that increases their lead to 6. And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
This is the very definition of desperation mode right now. They need a quick shot and a quick foul.
Durant, count it! And now they trail by just 4.
Kevin Durant loves late game chances. Boy, he's been in the spot many times, and he shows you how it's done.
Shooting for Luka Doncic. 2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. You can't make the second free throw either. Listen both. And Phoenix has possession. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
At the line for the Lakers. Jared Vanderbilt, 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And that trip coming up empty. Listen both. Phoenix calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
Hins the three.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Booker. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Here's Doncic. Got it!
And this is the time when you want to lock it down defensively. Thus far, not happening.
It seems to me a lack of effort and a lack of communication, and it's happening to both sides here late in the game.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thank you, Kevin. Luka, a close one tonight. What was it like hitting those big shots down the stretch?
That was just amazing, you know. I felt pressure on that one, you know, because of them there. That was just amazing. My skin was going, I don't know how to say in English. When the skin goes like that, it was just amazing.
I think you meant goosebumps, maybe? Anyway, congratulations, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Luka Doncic.